All right. So, in because of what happened yesterday, all right, I decided that okay, let me do another live analysis today. Okay, very honest, yesterday was kind of crazy because like I started doing a broadcast, all right, but like it didn't go live on YouTube. Okay, so for that, I want to apologize once again. All right. So, to compensate with what happened yesterday, I told myself, okay, why not do another live analysis today? All right. So, everybody, welcome once again to the Green Block. All right. So, I'm Jay, and today we're going to make another analysis. All right. So, let us look into so have that, okay, because I mean, it's very, very necessary to be updated in what is going on in the market. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind. So, yeah. I don't know how strong my connection is right now, but like it doesn't look too strong currently. Okay, so if you guys can see my screen right now, I hope you guys can. We should be looking into Forex Factory. Okay, now for Forex Factory, we have had a bunch of news throughout this week. Okay, today being Thursday, November 20th, we have here by 2:30 the average hourly earnings. We have the non-farm employment change, which I need to speak on by the way because I got the info earlier today that we are not going to be seeing October's results, but September's results is actually going to come in. Like the numbers are going to show up. Okay, so even though we don't really have a particular number for October, or so it seems, we might have a number for September. Okay, so it's going to show that it definitely is going to change something today in the market. So um, there's a lot of uncertainty right now because of the whole government shutdown. So I don't think I will be trading the news today. Okay, so this is what we have for today. Is coming up in the next 3 hours and 30 minutes, or less than that actually. But yeah, today is mostly about the USD. So the USD is going to be very volatile today. Okay, if you do want to trade, maybe you should just wait until like let's say 5 minutes after the news has dropped, so that you can actually check out for something, and then you could actually make up some trades from there. Okay. Um, Now that we know what we're handling on Forex Factory, okay, the news for the day, let's go ahead and check out what we have on our charts for today. Now, coming back to this, we have JPB USD over here. Okay, if you guys remember, I had a trade running all the way down to a daily low, if I'm not mistaken, right? And eventually, we got into that daily low yesterday. All right, profit was taken. I'll do. Okay, my connection just got restored, thankfully. Now let me explain what happened here. Okay, so this move here, I caught it early this morning. I saw, I think it was around 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Right, 7 a.m. It started by 8 a.m. anyways. But like, yeah, I saw that there was a sweep at this level over here. Okay, and over here we had the high, right, that made that sweep, and eventually this candle here came up, closed above it. Okay, so to me personally, because I saw that a candle closed above this with this particular candle over here, let me use a blue line to show that. Okay, to me it created a change instead of delivery. So this particular candle that we have here now is the one that I'm using to count it. Okay, but then I could actually use this whole thing as another block from the higher time frame, but I decided to just use these two here since they were still inside the range. Okay, and on using these two candles there, as soon as price closed above this high, the first thing that I did there was that I set up this limit order there, and eventually it triggered from my price. Okay, from where I set my order. So far so good. This here is a retracement. So usually on my retracements, I place less lots on my replacement. Like I use half my positions. I usually use between 25% and 1% for prop accounts. 1% is for trades that are following the trend, and 0.5% is for trades that are might be counter trades or a low probability setup. Okay. Personally, I didn't really have much confidence in this trade, and it's already a counter trade as well. So I did use 0.5% at the time that I closed this trade. Okay. This here I set it out as my first take profits around here. I think this gives me a 1 is to 2, right? No, 1 is to 7 basically. So the reason for that is because of this fair value gap here. I want to see how price is going to react to it. Okay, because on the grand scheme of things, this whole thing here is now a dealing range. Okay, and now with that as a dealing range, you need to know what price could do next. Okay, let me take a second. Okay, my bad, someone said that they cannot hear me too well, so let me increase the mic audio. Okay, I was saying here that um, my first target is here because of this fair value gap. We have this thing here as a dealing range, so it's possible that price could actually react to this fair value gap, or if that does not happen, then definitely you might actually see price coming back all the way to this area here. Okay, this to me is buy side liquidity. Usually I like to go from liquidity to liquidity, and to me personally, since this is a downtrend, okay, this here is internal range liquidity. Okay, so it's something that I have to be wary about whenever I'm trying to take a trade. So this is a counter trade, by the way, so it's not that safe. Currently I would say that it's actually safe to break even, so I might just do that later, maybe when I'm done with this live analysis. Okay, so that is for JPB USD. I'm still expecting more sales to kick in, but not right now. Yesterday we had a very big move. Yesterday was Wednesday, so we had a big move yesterday. So today I'm expecting some sort of retracement during the London session, and then on New York session we might see the main move kicking in. Okay, so it's important to know that even though this might be a good setup, it might still reverse at the end of the day. That's just how things go during London session. Most times it does try to reverse. So let us move into something else. Okay, let us look into USD JPY. Now, yesterday I told you guys that I was buying. I think it was already too late for me to show you guys when I wanted to buy, but like I think I started streaming around 11, which was around here. I was already too far up. So currently we had this buy. Okay, and it has already gotten to the point where I wanted it to, although I would prefer if we reached up to this place here. This is the daily, one of the daily highs over here. Okay, to me this is an all-time high, so I wanted to actually take my trade and hold it to this point, but I wasn't too sure about it. I didn't want to be too greedy. I mean, we already had a 6.1 to 6, isn't it? So here right now I have 1 to 7. It's still kind of early, so if anybody's planning to join me, manage your risk well, you might end up getting like a 1 to 4, a 1 to 3 out of this. So yeah, you can check that out. Okay, I had a couple of setups over here, but they failed to trigger, although this one triggered over here, but I did not place this trade. Okay, the confidence in this trade is somehow low. Why? I don't really have much confidence right now in my GU and my UJ. The reason for that is simply because to me the DXY is actually supposed to be very bullish right now. Okay, so I already had in mind that I'm actually take a stop loss in one of these two trades, either the GU or the UJ. Okay, so far so good, both of them seems to be in profits. Okay, so I don't know about that, but yeah, I mentioned yesterday that the dollar is very bullish because of the $1 trillion deal that Trump closed with Saudi Arabia, and alongside that the Japan is having some tensions too. So there is a rise on there's a downfall on the JPY because of that. Okay, so in the midst of that, Well, good thing my trade is going well. I actually want to go to other pairs now. Let's look into gold. Okay, as for gold, don't mind this trade. I actually missed out on this trade. Okay, now let me explain what happened here. As of yesterday, when gold was still going up, I told you guys that we had a fair value gap here. Okay, and I'm expecting price to actually drop from that fair value gap. Why exactly? Right, that should be the main question. So actually wanted to go down, I mean go up. You could have actually used this fair value gap here. Okay, but we actually closed below the 50 confidence there has already. Alongside that, we opened the fair value gap on the daily time frame as well, and look what happened yesterday. We rejected that fair value gap quite well as of yesterday, meaning that this fair value gap is currently being used. So since the fair value gap there is currently being used, okay, I was like, okay, we're respecting the fair value gap, meaning that today we might see a sell. Okay, now let's go down. I think should be the 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. All right, I'm waiting for this to load. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, I was showing it to my community yesterday here that I was expecting gold to fall from this fair value gap. Okay, now one of the major reasons why I knew that price would eventually start falling is that we respected the fair value gap, couldn't find. But then alongside that, gold is making a very sluggish movement here. Okay, from all the way from Tuesday to Wednesday. When price wants to move in a direction, like it already has a program price, it's going to move fast. It's not really going to waste much time in moving into that direction. Okay, so whenever price is moving slowly towards a particular POI, I already have this in me that says, okay, this might just be retracement. So, and turns out that it was a retracement indeed. Okay, and how I saw this trade, by the way, like I said before, I did not take this trade. Okay, I missed out on this because this triggered around 1 a.m. Today. I'm using Nigerian time, by the way. So 1 a.m. earlier today. Okay, and I was already asleep. I was exhausted. Okay, so I wasn't able to catch this trade, and this is basically like a 1:10. So it's actually a very nice catch here. I checked out on X, and there's a lot of people that actually caught this trade. Okay, some of them my mutuals and all of that. Well, sadly I didn't. Now let me show how I spotted this. Okay, now by now I feel like you should be familiar with order blocks. Okay, and when another block fails and price is running too fast, to me personally, I find it still useful. Okay, that order block becomes a breaker block. Okay, as you can see, price run from this place way too fast, way too quick. Okay, and left out an order block here. So I now use that particular point. I was like, okay, since we used that, should have been used as another block, because I mean we saw the break of structure, the sweep and everything, and it didn't happen. Then definitely that place is still going to be used as another block. Okay, and it was, as you can see here, we used that particular price. I won't really call it a sniper entry, but it was a very nice entry with a very small stop loss too. And now we are dumping from there. Okay, and we are dumping heavily. The only thing that is not really favoring me right now in this whole idea is that we are forming somewhat like what the liquidity here, like a trend line liquidity. Okay, so this here to me is trend line liquidity. I want to see that cleared out. Okay, because of how it's how nice it is, how good looking it is. All right, so we may actually end up using this inverse fair value gap at the end of the day. I do not know, but we need to wait for price to actually clear the liquidity and have a reaction to that place first. But before that happens, I would love to see it close below this area here, because that would actually validate this. Otherwise, I may be skeptical about selling. Okay, it could even be that the setup is not yet, it was just this giving us a 1:4. But I think I would want to see gold actually going down all the way. Okay, not just all the way to this particular swing point, like all the way down here to the daily lows. Okay, because on the higher time frame, I believe that gold is bearish. we failed to take the all-time high, and I think we reacted to an order block or a fair value gap around here, which caused this movement here. Okay, so to me, gold is bearish. Okay, some people might disagree and say, oh no, gold must be bullish and this and that, but to me, gold is bearish currently until proven otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to stand on that. Now, I'm going to mark out that inverse fair value gap that we had here on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, but I'm not really expecting much from it right now, simply because we don't have a strong confirmation for that. Okay, so that is good. To me personally, we are bearish, but I might be wrong. Who knows? Another thing worth to note here. Let's move into another pair. Okay, let's go into Nasdaq. Nasdaq, I had a sell earlier today. I wanted to sell to buy. Okay, now let me start afresh. We took a buy. Okay, on Nasdaq yesterday. I think we bought. Where did we buy again? Okay, I think yes, it was from this other block here. We bought all the way down to this place here, because to me this here was endorsement liquidity, and eventually, yeah, we hit our target. Although I had already collected my profits around here. Okay, so instead of going for a 4R, I closed with a 3R. Okay, well, it's not bad. It's actually nice too. Now, the main thing here is that this other block has already been used, so let us remove that from there. We had a break of structure here, another break of structure here. Okay, and alongside that, we do have a nice sweep. I love seeing sweeps because this kind of like validates my setup a little bit more. Okay, this fair value gap that you guys are seeing here is actually from a higher time frame. Okay, I think if you go to the 1 hour, you can see it there. Okay, look at it. This is my fair value gap here, but currently I'm not really looking to buy from there. I'm still skeptical. I don't know if I want to buy from there or not. Okay, so it could actually be that price is actually pumping from here as well, but overall, the best place to actually take profit for me personally would be this particular point, because we've had a lot of reactions to this area before. So me, I love taking profits or setting as targets any place that price has already used in the past before. So we have this high as well, and we have this area here that has a lot of reactions to it. Okay, so we have that. Okay, and we have this as our daily range from this low all the way to this high. What do we want to do? Take this Fibonacci, okay, from the low, we drag it to the high, and we check out where the 50% is at. Okay, look at it. This fair value gap here is not looking too nice because of this place here. It's just in the middle of the 50%, and I don't like that. I need something that is in between the 0.5 and the 1. So anything that falls inside this golden zone to me is actually going to be very nice, and especially if the entry is close to what I have as my OTE, then it's even better. Now, on the 30-minute time frame, we have here that this other block here, or what could be used as another block, is actually close to the golden zone. Okay, so I think I'll be using that as an entry. So I think I'll take this as another block. Okay. Currently we have this sweep, and I don't know, I feel like this dark here has already been used, like this other block here, because price broke out, right, and came back right down to it and then started pumping. So I guess this one has already been used, so there's no use for it anymore. To me, this here is a retracement. Okay, look how it's doing. It's having this I don't know if it's called a parabolic format, but like, look at it. It's a semicircle. Okay, this is basically how is a kind of pattern. I forgot what it's called exactly, but like when you see price doing this, like it's just going round in a circular motion, it's doing a U-turn. Just know that it's actually doing a U-turn and it's about to start reversing. Okay, the best place to take a trade in this kind of scenarios would have actually been from around here when you have a support area. Okay, but I don't know if price is actually coming back to that. Okay, if it does, then entering here would be the best place. Put a stop loss here and then targets maybe this high that we have here. Okay, which would give us something like this at the end of the day. This stop loss here, or at the high, because of what happened to GU yesterday, and then we could target this high that we have here. Okay, before the other block. So this is going to give us a 1:5, but it's a low probability setup, by the way, so I wouldn't really bank on that. I would use half of my risk, but I don't think I'll be taking it. Okay, I want to take something that I'm more sure of, and this, I feel like this one is more, I have more confidence in this particular setup, this buy setup, than the sell setup. Okay, So that would give me what I'm long in here. There are some people that would actually put their stop losses around here. Okay, personally I'll put it here just to be safe. Then this should give me a 1:2, a 1:3. Okay, so this is a 1:3, and that is good enough for me. I just need like a 1:3 and I'm settled for the day. Okay. I could actually take my stop loss and put it here because this is the main order block, right? So I could actually use this as a base for it, increasing it to 1:4. I think that is safe. It's safer, yeah, it's safer to an extent. The safest place would actually be at the sweep level, but here is actually okay. It's very calm. Okay, so we can use that in our favor, and taking a trade here would actually be okay, I guess. So yeah, a 1:4, and I think we settle for that. This should be a setup for the New York session. Now let's check out. I need to put a mark on this one as well. Euro AUD. Okay, so I did have a setup on Euro AUD yesterday, and it failed. I hit stop loss on it. Okay, first one was from this IFVG, which kinda went well. Then second one was yesterday from a fair value gap here as well. Although I didn't see this yesterday, but like this fair value gap could have actually been refined to this point, and then we now take a trade to like the high, but it will still fail anyways. So I want to do a little top-down analysis here. Let me go to the daily time frame and see what is going on there. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we do have a sweep around here. I think this was a very recent sweep. This happened on Tuesday, so yeah. So I feel like we might actually be shifting bearish right now. So we should be looking for bearish setups. Even yesterday's candle closing as a bearish pin bar here, so it's showing that there's some bearish. It is rejecting the upside basically. So we should be seeing some price action to the downside. Okay, so we have this here as a point of interest, and this is another point of interest for taking profits if we eventually find a setup. So on the 4-hour time frame, what do we have there? On the 4-hour time frame, nothing yet. I would love to see it close below here. Okay, but we don't have that yet, so I'm not really that confident. But we did have a little sweep around here, so that is looking nice. So this here was a sweep. Okay, the sweep up from the daily time frame still stands. Okay, so that's a good sign. Let's go back to the 2-hour. I think I saw an order block there, and we closed below this area here. So yeah, if I'm actually going to take a trade here, then I think I would want to take it from here. This order block, sorry, fair value gap. My bad. So this fair value gap here looks very useful to me. Price is currently going down once again. If price can still come back down, close here, and then come back up, then this might be an endorsement. Okay. But yeah, this setup is actually not looking that bad. It's looking solid, to be very honest. Since we have a fair value gap, I'm not going to put my stop loss all the way here. I'm going to put it at the back of this candle instead. So it's going to be like this. My stop loss is going to be just here. I like using the candles as before the fair value gap, because I mean the fair value gap forms with 3 candles, so I don't see the reason why price would actually come up here. We don't even have any blocks to start asking if there's going to be another block there or anything. So I think we are very safe there. So my first target here is going to be a 1:5.9, basically 1:6, and my second target is going to be about a 1:8 or thereabouts. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be working with. This is a full setup now. I like to go for the higher time frame setups because the higher the time frame, the less likely it is for me to hit a stop loss. So yeah, but we can actually refine it though if we find a way to refine it. But yeah, I think I'll just be leaving it there for now. So far so good. I don't see any refinements. So this is going to be a setup from the 2-hour time frame. So 2 hours, fair value gap. Okay, in case I jinx it maybe some other time, which I hope not. So yeah, this is my setup for Euro AUD. Let's go into the next thing. Let's look into USDCHF. Did me dirty yesterday. Okay, so I showed you guys this setup yesterday, and it missed. Like, this was a crazy miss yesterday. Okay, so yeah, let me walk you guys through. So this happened yesterday. Okay, I was actually taking from the order block from the 1-hour time frame. I could have refined this. I think if I refined it, I would have actually gotten into the trade. Yeah, and it would have been a sniper entry. Look at it here. This was assuming I placed it from the 30 minutes fair value gap, like refined it. I would have taken this trade, giving us a like 1 to 3, but sadly that did not happen. So I missed this trade, and it's not that bad, nothing to cry about, anyways. So now we have to wait for some sort of retracement. We've already gotten to the daily high, so that is gone. We need to look for something else now. So far so good. I'm not really seeing much here. Let's get into the daily time frame and see if there's anything. We still have this here as a major target. To me personally, I think that's a major target. We have a sweep here too. So I would love to see price breaking through this high. So I'm still very much bullish on USDCHF. Let's see what we have. We did not sweep. We closed above it, so we're still on the clear. But this might be a problem. Well, I'm going to. I choose to see it as equal highs. Price is definitely going to come here and take it, right? It should, right? So let's just be waiting and see what happens next. I don't know. Price seems to be. I'm not really saying anything here, so let me not waste my time so much. Okay. I don't know if I should go into Euro USD. Euro USD is giving me the ick. Like, look at this. I don't even know how or why, but like everything is literally like bullish. But EU is the only thing here that is red. Can somebody explain to me why? Like, it doesn't make any sense when you think about it, because like EU has been misbehaving. If you go on the timeline on X, you see a lot of people complaining about it. I mean, some people are making profits, sure, but like majority of us actually complaining about it. So it's something that I feel like I should just, in fact, let me just do it now. Gone, bye bye. I don't want to see that since I'm like watch list anymore. So let's go to let's check something else. JPPCHF, no. Okay, let's go for GJ. Okay. Yesterday we had a setup. It was my live analysis. I don't know if it caught in the place where we where I was showing, but I had a setup on GJ and it not go through. Okay, so I missed it. Today we have a whole different idea here. Okay, so this here should be our dealing range. Okay, I actually got to 0.5 and started pumping from there. So it's actually not a bad thing, because I mean it did respect the, it entered inside the discount zone and started going up from there. So it's not that bad, and price had previously respected this fair value gap here. So we have this, price respected it. So I feel like we are now making a new dealing range altogether. So if that happened, then I think this here would have been the new, no, that's wrong. This here should be the dealing range that we used for this particular move, and it actually went from the premium, which is kind of unusual. But well, I guess that's why price came back all the way here. I think he used this high here to, do justice to price, but there's nothing else I can do right now, innit? So we just have to wait and find the setup later. What do we have on? I don't even know what this is doing here, but let me check it out. Okay. This is currently bullish. Yes, it's bullish. Let me go to the daily time frame and see. Oh, this is kind of crazy though. But like, personally, I would expect to see a reaction to this fair value gap. It's bearish actually on the daily time frame. It's bearish, so this here should be a retracement. What the heck? Wait, this is crazy. A whole 100 pips here. Anyways, I'm expecting a reaction from this zone, so let's see if you're going to respect it or if you're going to invalidate it. We did sweep here, so showing that there's some bearish resistance here. If I'm to refine the fair value gap, this should be it. So refining the fair value gap, this should be endorsement. You can still see price, we just entered into the 4-hour candle, so like what we are like 30 minutes in now. You can still see price pumping up here and coming down, making another sweep again, which if that happens it will be incredible. Okay. Minor pairs usually have some of the best setups, okay, because you can just take them and hold for like a long time. Okay, it doesn't really stress people like USD pairs like that. So let's see what happens here. I'm actually eager to see what happens now after this. In the 1 hour time frame, I feel like we do have some continuation over there. Okay, continuation setups. Although I would love to see price coming to this fair value gap and then pushing up. But anyways, we can't choose what happens, right? We can only react to what happens. That's trading for you. So we do have another sweep here, because structure there. This is showing some bullish momentum. It's not bad. It's not bad. If you can end up with a fair value gap here, we could even use this as another block. This candle, I need to know if this candle is bearish or bullish. Okay, or nobody. There's nobody there. Let's go lower. 15-minute time frame should give us an answer. Okay, so we have a whole bunch of bearish candles over there. So I'll wait for the 30 minutes close before making any major ideas. But like, if you can have a very nice close there, then I would love to buy from here, I guess, via the 15-minute time frame, or from the 15-minute time frame is showing me. So sweep, break of structure, series of other blocks. What else do we have? Where are we going to target here? This is a tough call, because if you're targeting anywhere, to me personally, I'll start from here, and once I cross this place, I'm going to break even as fast as I can, because like I said, I'm expecting sales. So this is a non-advisable setup, I guess. This is even giving me 1:2. My list is 1:3, so I think I would like take my profit around here. It's close to 50%, which is a good place for us to actually start framing our sales from. So it's not that bad. But I don't really like this setup because of the whole bearish idea kind of thing. But then it's good to be flexible. It's not really good to stay in just one idea. So at the end of the day, it might actually work out for somebody. And price, who knows, maybe we're even reacting to something and price is just bullish non-stop. I've seen things like that happen before. Okay, like I was just fixated on one idea for gold. I was buying gold non-stop. Okay, and I saw a bearish setup and I ignored it because, well, okay, it's not even up to what I want, but there's a bearish setup there. Before I knew it, gold started selling heavily that day. Alright, so I could have actually banked on it. So maybe half of the risk is good for this. Okay, so I think I could go with that. Yeah, I think I could go with that. Let me put this one in my list as well of things that I'm watching. Then let's look into Bitcoin. Alright, let's look into the golden coin here. Alright, this is nice. This is not bad at all. Okay, this is actually not bad at all. So far so good. Let me go to the weekly time frame so I can show you guys there. We are still respecting the 50% of the weekly fair value gap. I've had this analysis in my drawer for like how long now, and I even took some sales all the way down to this place too. So it's not bad. From the daily time frame, if you guys can look at it here, we swept the previous day's low. I'm talking about Tuesday's low. We swept it. So we did kind of close inside the range, so we might actually see some bullish price action kicking in soon. Who knows? I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm trying to be bullish. I'm still waiting for that confirmation for me to be bullish, but yeah, Bitcoin seems like something that's going to buy to me, okay, personally. From the 4-hour time frame, we have here a high, and we need to close above here so that we can have at least a change in sales delivery. But then for that to play out, I would love price to come back to this BPR, but I don't want price to violate my BPR right now, so it should be clean cross here. And then if you come back, if you manage to come back now again, then I would be entering from here. Okay, so this BPR here looks quite valid, still valid by the way, and it's inside another POI that's supposed to support the idea of being bullish. Okay, so if you do that, then I'm expecting a buy to take out this high, then we come back down again. Hopefully we can close above this candle here, and this forms out a what's it called again, an endorsement. Okay, so then we come back down here and we go up, and from there if you have the strength to hold, if you have the balls to hold, then hold this until like 150, because I don't think there's any other thing that's going to stop Bitcoin from actually going up at this point. Okay, like we made this analysis from the weekly time frame, and we're having multiple confirmations going down to the hourly. So um, we just need price not to mess this up right now, and we should be on the clear. Okay. Currently, what do we have here? Okay, currently price is trying to make a sweep. Hopefully we can see price going up from here, and if you do have that, then we might just see something like a break of structure to here. Price might come back again and go up, a reversal setup, but I would keep my expectations short for that because of this whole model on the higher time frame. So yeah, this is my expectation for Bitcoin currently. Okay, so it's kind of going to form this head and shoulders. Yes, that was the setup I'm looking for. So but we're going to be early, entering from the second shoulder if you trade support and resistance. Looking into Ethereum, I don't think it showed on the live analysis of yesterday. I don't think this part showed, but I analyzed Ethereum, I analyzed Bitcoin yesterday when it was not recording. But like I said something about we having another weekly fair value gap here too, and I wanted to see price touching there, and it did eventually. It eventually did touch there. So I think this is more than enough. We can actually call it a day and start pumping from there if the price is so kind. But from the 4 hour time frame, so far so good. We seems to be invalidating this fair value gap here. So we wait for Bitcoin now. Okay, Bitcoin is literally holding all the cards. If Bitcoin does not invalidate the idea that we have right now, the buyers that we have, then we should be seeing buys coming in soon, and then the crypto market should turn back green. But if not, then I don't know what might happen. I mean, let's go back to Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Let's just try and have an idea of what could happen here. Now, a second idea is that price could use this last two guys as another block, and this is the last hope that Bitcoin has. Okay, because if this fails, then I don't know. We could see lower prices, like a lot lower. All right, we're talking about 68, perhaps, I don't know, 40, 50k maybe. But I want to believe that Bitcoin is very bullish right now, and nothing is going to make Bitcoin to cross this sweep level, which is at 76,000. Okay, so this is my current expectation for Bitcoin right now. I don't want it to go below this level, otherwise you're cooked. Yeah, I think this is all for today's analysis. All right, I think I like YouTube a lot better than Google Meet calls, because I mean it's readily available for everybody to see on YouTube, and anybody can come there and watch it as many times as they want to. Alright, so it's not really that private. It's not like I have anything to hide. All these concepts are out there. You just have to like have the willingness to learn, or maybe wait until I drop one video teaching or explaining how to actually trade them. Which reminds me, if you're watching this video right now, you should check my channel. I dropped a poll there asking which of the concepts there I should teach. Okay, so once you guys finish choosing your concepts and all of that, then I would look into it and make a video about it, explaining how to use those concepts. Okay, recommendations are also very welcome. If you follow me, check my link on my profile too. You can join my Telegram community from there. I do try to drop some updates too. Okay, so yeah, that is all for today. Okay, until next time that we should be doing this again, it should be on Monday. Alright, you have spent about 40 minutes here analyzing, and on Monday we can get back to it again. Okay, let's see what the remaining part of the week has for us. But so far so good. Wait, I think I missed out on something. No, I'm calm. So yeah, this will be all for today, guys. I'll see you guys next time, and please beware of news today. Okay, government shut down, so we had a lot of missing information there, and I feel like it's going to shake the markets quite a lot today. So remember to trade safe. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe and drop a like, because this really helps me out here. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll